Welcome back, you guys. I hope you are excited for today's video. I am not gonna lie, it has been a rough start. I dumped a whole can of Red Bull in my new palette from Glaminatrix. We have the Nearly Natural palette and she's still performing. So we're gonna keep this video moving along, but I've already created this gorgeous look and I'm excited to create another one with you guys. I just want to share my thoughts, give you some inspiration, maybe for some really cool fall looks. I'm really feeling this one. This is not really a fall palette, but you can get some fall looks out of it, and I'm excited to get into it. So let's go ahead and get started. If this is your first time here, my name is Heather and I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. And if you happen to love those things too, I really hope you will choose to stick around, subscribe. I would love to see you back and down below in the comments. But also, if you guys missed it, I did upload my July ranking, and in that video, I have a giveaway for the month of August. I will pick a winner. I can't remember which day. I think I said September 1st. So I will have that video linked down below if you guys are interested. And not just the giveaway, but also hearing my thoughts on all of the palettes that launched in July. But now let's talk about the palette from Glaminatrix. So this is a remastered version that they did. I love the packaging. I love the pressed leather packaging that they do. I think it's really, really fun. But I decided to pick this one up because I plan on doing a ranking video where I rank all of the neutral palettes in my collection from indie brands. So stay tuned for that. But I'm excited to do that video. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to pick this up. Plus, you guys know I love grungy tones. They make me so excited. And for this one, we do have a more neutral palette with the twist, which is what I prefer. But if you guys are interested in this palette, it retails for $57 US, but as of the day that I'm filming this, it is on sale for $41. If you guys are interested, I'll have it linked down below along with all of the products that I use on my face in both looks. So this palette has 10 smooth blendable mattes and everyday neutrals and grounded tones, and then 9 metallic shimmers for soft sheen to intense sparkle, and then there's one brand new baked eyeshadow formula, which is their sparkly shimmer yet. And I do plan on using that shade in the next look. And it happens to be this shade right here. And I'm really excited to use it. So stay tuned for that as well. That will be look number 2. But I hope you guys enjoyed the swatches and everything. I'm excited to dive in, show you guys this look. Like I said, it was crazy. I literally dumped, there's like this much of this can left. I dumped it all in there. And luckily, it is still performing. So, welcome to the chaos. But let's go ahead and move on to look number 1. It has been one hell of a start. So, I lost my nose ring, the actual ring that I love. I don't know what happened. I was trying to put it in and it fell and I can't find it. And in the search for it, I dumped a whole can of Red Bull on this palette. So, fingers crossed it performs. It's going to be hard to tell, like, if it's the palette or is it the Red Bull. I don't know. I think I got most of it, like, cleaned off. But I will say I've been trying a lot of Glaminatrix palettes lately. So even the last palette I reviewed was the Bonfire palette. So I do feel, like, really familiar with their formula. But this day has been crazy, guys. It's like 8 o'clock at night and I have been, like, getting ready to film this video all day. I am a mess today. I don't know what's going on with me, but let's start this out by telling you what's on the cheeks. I started out with the Pillow Talk blush. This little, like, mini has lasted me forever, I will say. And for highlight, I am doing the Green Goddess highlighter from Bella Beauty Bar, and she is beautiful. And for lips, I actually got this in a BoxyCharm. This is, I'll pop the name of it up on the screen, but I got it in a duo. And I wanted to try the formula out, so I have just this on my lips right now. Just to see, like, if it sets down, how it wears, and all of those things. But so far, it's not transferring, so I mean, that's pretty good, you know? I'm a mess. Just look over me. But we are going to be creating a look today, and I am excited. Or tonight, should I say. But I am excited nonetheless. I've had this one in my hands for a couple of weeks now, and I'm excited that I finally get to use it. I don't know how many views this video is going to get, but I don't care. I know some of you will watch it, and I'm excited to play with it. So that is what we're going to do. Plus, I am doing that video where I'm going to be ranking all of my neutral palettes from indie brands. So I do need to use this. I plan on doing like 3 or 4 palettes in a video next. That way I can use some of the others, and then we can do the ranking. But we're just going to have to wait and see. So how do I want to start this out? That's the question. I think I want to start with this shade, Untouched. It's kind of a neutral shade, but it has like this pinky mauve undertone. And I think it would be really pretty with the blush. So I'm just tapping my brush. And I'm using the E06 from Singe to just pack this in the inner corner. And I thought this shade was really, really fun. I've been loving like these fall palettes lately. I mean, this one's technically not fall at all, but I've been having fun with them. Listen, Artitude announced today that they are not going to be able to ship to the US because of the tariffs, and you all know I am freaking devastated. I love Artitude so much. I'm so sad. Like, this sucks so bad. I'm so sick of this stuff. So sick of it. It just sucks so bad, you guys. I'd hate to see like all of my favorite brands like not be able to ship or end up closing down. It's just so sad. I hope something changes. But let's get back to the eyeshadow. I'm trying to make myself feel better, not more depressed. So we're gonna play. But I think that shade looks really pretty and performed really nicely, Red Bull and all. And I'm gonna take some of it on the E04, and we are gonna put some down here as well. Listen, I got the Icon box BoxyCharm this time. Well, I get it like every couple of months. You know how they do it, like I think it's every 3 months you get one or something like that. But this is one of the very few boxes I've gotten where I literally kept every product. And I got this setting powder, and I have wanted this for so long. Like when it was like really hyped up, I was like really broke. There was no way I could afford that powder. So it's like kind of sweet that I have it now, and I used it today and I really like it. I like a little brightening under the eyes, so it's not my favorite for that, but I do like it. Okay, so now I'm going to use another E06, and we're going to go into this shade, Naturally. This palette is really, really pretty. I do like it a lot. And I've been playing with a lot of palettes that have like a similar vibe to them. And it's been really fun. And I'm excited to like compare all of these, like this to the Bonfire and the Tones of Turd, which should be here soon. I'm actually about to get the one from Diver & Cosmetics as well. And I'm really excited for that one too. But they all have like those chartreuse shades in them, which you know I love, and you could tell by the earrings it's gonna happen today. We are just here creating fall looks. I'm going to go ahead and use that same E04 to put some of this under the lower lash line. That way I can kind of use it as a guide. But let's go ahead and switch to the E03. And I'm just going to use that same shade and just slowly start blending this up and out until I'm happy with it. Okay, so now I've got that blended pretty nicely. At least I'm happy with it. So I want to go into this shade, Down to Earth. You know, I told you I have to go into that. I love those grungy greens, but I'm doing that on an E08 from Singe, and I'm taking this around the edges of this purple. Maybe I should use like an E03. Let's do that. And I'll have to like go back in with that purple, of course. Maybe I should have done that color first. I feel like I should have. Let's try to fix it with that yellow color Essence. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to take this off out here and we'll have to start over. Mistakes were made. You know, it happens. It's been a long day. I've told you. Okay, so let's try this again. I cleaned off my E06 and we're going to go into the shade Down to Earth first. And let's just start with that and see where we get. Because it was showing up a little bit too brown and I wanted the green to be like a pop of color in the look. So that's why I would rather start over than have a look that I didn't want. You know what I mean? Mistakes happen. So I'm just packing this on, doing the same exact thing that I did the last time, but with a different shade. Just using the E03 to help blend this up and out until I'm satisfied. Today has just been crazy. Okay, so I'm going to take the E04 and add some of this to the lower lash line. I tried to lighten that shade down there with some concealer, but it was set with powder, so I didn't want to disturb it too much. So I'm just going to lightly go over what we already have. And this shade is going to be like the base shade, so I need to make sure this is all like very smoothly blended. And then I'll use the other E06 and go back in with that original shade, Untouched, and just re-intensify this here. Kind of bring it up and over. And I was thinking this shade would be really good for the inner corner. Let me find a brush that will work. Maybe this one. But I was thinking this shade, because it has like that slight purple tint. It's really pretty. But we could just add this just for a little bit of brightness. I don't know really how much it's going to brighten. I mean, it does a little, but it is purple tinted. So I'm going to mix a little bit of that white shade beside it. Pure. Now I'm going to deepen up with that shade Naturally, the one I just removed. And it should work out more this time. I should have just started out this way to begin with, but we'll have to see. So I'm just going to press this in the crease. Now, it being on this green, it should probably pull this shade more brown than anything. I'm actually going to switch to the E25 because it just really packs. And I love shades like these because they work differently. Like if it's near purple or on a purple or something purple leaning, it's going to turn more purple. But in this instance, when used like on a green or something like that, it does pull more brown. I really don't care like how messy the lid is because I do plan on covering that up anyway. But mostly I'm just worrying about the crease and like the outer corner situation. I want it to be darker. Let's go ahead and take the E11 and we'll take some of that on the lower lash line as well. Let's use this one, E42 from Sigma. I want to go into the black shade. It's called Cinder in the palette. And we'll just add a little bit here in the outer corner. Just to add a little more depth. We definitely didn't need it, but I do love their blacks. Okay, so I'm going to take an E01 and take some of that shade Untouched and put it up on the lid. I am having a really hard time like trying to figure out a shimmer to do for this eye look, so I decided that I want to bring the mattes over to where they almost meet up completely, and then I'm just gonna barely put something in the center there to kind of bridge the two shades. I think that's gonna be something I can really be happy with. I just really wanted to use these colors together, but even the green is leaning more yellow. The yellow is like kind of too soft, you know what I mean? The purple looks gray on the lid, so I don't know. Nothing really just fits this color combo, not in the way I'm envisioning. But I'm going to go in with some of the Shine On from Clionadh. It's their Shimmer Stay. So I just put some on the back of my hand so that I can just tap in the center. And I think I'm just going to do the green. I'm excited for the next look because I am going to do a really smoky eye. I was going to do it today, and I'm excited for that one because I have a really good idea, but I wanted to wear this dress and it didn't match, so I decided to go with this look, and maybe that's why I'm struggling with the shimmers, because I didn't do what I initially wanted. But this in the center of this is really pretty, and I'm just kind of tapping and then using a clean finger to help like spread the shimmer in both directions. That's really pretty. Then I'll take that same E01 that has that more mauve shade on it and just use it to flick over those shimmers. And then I'll do the same thing with another E01 and go into that shade Down to Earth, which is that more grungy green, and do the same thing on this side. And I do think that is really pretty. Let's just re-intensify some in the center. I'm gonna clean off one of these E01s and go back into that shade Exposed, and we're gonna spray it. See if we can get a little more shine here. There's like a few different types of formulas in this palette. This one is like more of a metallic, but it's less reflective. Still beautiful on the lid, as you can tell. So I think the last thing I want to do for this look is to put that same shade. I'm using this ColourPop brush, but I'm going to put some of this down here as well. My voice is a little rough today. I have a cough. I haven't been doing like my sinus flush thing, which I know is a gross thing to talk about, but you can tell like I've had a cough really bad. And for those of you who are new, I have a Chiari malformation, which is where basically the back of my brain is like coming out of that hole where it connects to my, like my brain stem is coming out of that hole where my spinal cord connects to my brain. So sometimes like when I cough and stuff, I get this pain in my head. But I did it the other day and I passed out, which was really scary. It freaked Amanda out really bad. But I just have like allergies and asthma really bad, and we've been like renovating and stuff, and it's my allergies are flared up right now, so it's been a whole thing. But yeah, so if you're wondering why my voice is raspy, that would be why. It's annoying, but besides that, this eye look is beautiful, and I do think it goes well with the dress, the whole vibe that I'm going with today. But I'm gonna go finish this off camera real quick, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. I am back with the finished look, and I love how this came together. Red Bull and all, like, it still performed really, really well. I think this eye look turned out really beautiful. I love the shimmer in the center of the lid like that. I think it's so pretty, and it's really eye-catching in its own way. But I did change out my lip liner to the shade Edgy from Jolie Beauty, and I used the blush on my lips because, I don't know, I just thought it was a good idea. I don't know if you're supposed to do that though, so don't do as I do. Do at your own risk. But for liner, I did the shade Exit and went over it with the shade Crybaby because I was trying to pull in like some of that purpley tone from the inner corner, and I love the way that it turned out. But for lashes, I did the Bad Gal Bounce, and I did the Melt Bailey Sarian BB Lash again. I've been obsessed with those. I've worn them so many times in the last like 5 videos, so that would be like 10 times, and I love them. I think they're beautiful. Obviously, they wear really nicely. I'm getting a lot of use out of them. I'm going to keep using them just to see how many uses I get out of the Melt Lashes, because they might be my new, like, go-to lash brand. I don't know. But you guys are going to have to let me know what you think of this look. But so far, I am having a lot of fun with the palette. But let's go ahead and move on to look number 2. I am back. I've been busy, so it's been a few days since I filmed look number 1. But like I said, I'm back, and I am ready to get into look number 2. So before we get into that, let me tell you what is on my face. I have a bit of a mix of things, or at least what's on the cheeks. We're not going to do what's on the whole face. If you guys are interested though, all of it will be linked down below in the description box. But for blush today, I started out with the DANESSA MYRICKS blush in the shade Spice Latte. It's one of my favorites. I was going for something a little more like on the neutral side, and this is one of my favorites for when I have those moments. But I also really wanted to lean into the yellow because we're going to be doing that today. Who's surprised? So I pulled out this one from Menagerie. It's a really beautiful yellow blush, but unfortunately they no longer sell it. I just recently tried to link it and could not find it. So for highlighter, I got this one in a BoxyCharm and I wanted to try it. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Glow highlighter in the shade Pearl. And Soft Glow is a very accurate description of this. It is really pretty, but it's kind of like a lit from within, like it gives a beautiful highlight, but I want a little more with mine. So I decided to add Glowworm from Black Moon Cosmetics in the mix as well. And it's a little yellow leaning, so it felt perfect to me. But on the lips, there's a good chance I'm going to change it out. But I am wearing the Melt Cosmetics Sepia lip liner. It's a new shade. I don't know how to pronounce it. Probably should have Googled that first, but I love the color. It is a little warm. And this I got in my BoxyCharm. This is from Fenty Beauty. I do not know what it is called. This is the Slip Shine Sheer Shine Lipstick. Wow, that is small print, but the shade is 04 Makeout Break, and I'll link it down below. This is a really nice formula. I like it a lot, but this is my first time wearing it, so keep that in mind. But let me go ahead and get you guys zoomed in, and we're going to talk about look number 2. I'm excited because today I'm going to be using that new formula that they put in this palette, and hopefully it's going to be fun. Okay, so now let's get into the look, and I think you guys know I am really excited about this one. It's gonna be fun, hopefully. But I'm gonna start out using an E06, and we're gonna go into the shade Essence. We're gonna start with this first, and I'm just going to pack this throughout the whole crease. And I'm going to be doing the same thing on the top and the lower lash line. This look will be pretty easy, hopefully anyway. I think it will. But I just love like how murky and grungy this yellow is. It's everything that my heart desires. I should have worn the Singe Beauty yellow blush. That one would have went really good with this matte color. So I'm pretty much just packing this in the crease. That way I can get some dimension with that shade. And then I'll just go in with the E03 and pick some more of this up. And we're going to just work on blending this shade up and out. Like I said, this look should be really, really easy today. And this shade was so easy to work with, so easy to blend. And I'll just keep building it up in the crease as I go as well. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next shade, Down to Earth. And I'm going to do the same exact thing. I want a nice smooth gradient to start this out. So I'm just going to pack this in the crease. I want a little of this green, but I do like most of it being that yellow at the same time. But I really want to try to get the fade from green to yellow, which that one is showing up more brown, I feel like, than yellow, but it's like a warmer, murky brown. And I'll just use the E04 to put some of this on the lower lash line as well, which is the same thing I did with that first shade. And then I'll use the E03 with that shade Essence to just blend out the green. Okay, so now I want to go into the shade Disrobe. We're working our way down the line, and I'm going to start, let's start with the E06. And I'm going to do the same thing and just build this up in the crease. I'm working my way up to the black. I'm still trying to keep that like cat eye shape because I feel like that just looks the best on my eye shape. So I've tried to like stray away from it, but I just can't. I like what I like. You know how it is. I'm going to take a little bit of that shade Disrobe. Actually, let me grab the E11 and we'll run that down here. And I did want to take that one all the way across. And then just use the E04 and that shade Essence, the yellow. We're going to use that to blend out. Switching over to the E25 from Sigma, I'm just building that Disrobe shade up a little more in the crease. Like I said, that black is like really black, so I do want to get this as dark as I can get it. That way it won't be as hard to blend out the black later, which is not that hard to do. And then I'll just go over the edges. Listen guys, I'm so tired today. I got up really early. School has already started back here and my body is used to sleeping till like 9, 10 o'clock. I'm not used to getting up earlier than that and I'm struggling. I'm not gonna lie. I need some energy. I need zapped. This Red Bull is doing nothing for me today. But hopefully this eye look will get me going. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just like that. So now we're gonna move along and we're gonna move on to the matte black Cinder. Now you could keep this look all matte, but we're not gonna do that. I am gonna do a shimmer. So we're gonna start with this. Like, she's pigmented. I barely tapped that. And it just keeps going and going and going. Like, this is a really good black. like really good. But y'all know I love a smoky eye, so I am so excited for this one. This is the eye look I've been wanting to do since I first saw this palette, before I even clicked buy. This has been the one that's been in my head. It's just, oh, I just love smoky eyes like this. This would be such a fun all shimmer look. Now, if you guys saw my review of the Bonfire palette, I did say, like, I got some fallout with some of those shades. This formula is not like that. That Bonfire palette, it's still good, don't get me wrong, but you just have to be mindful and tap your brush with that one, and that's not the case with this one. Like, I'm not getting a crazy amount of kick up in the pan with this or anything. So I'm just basically still packing this down, and I'll use the E11 to put some down here as well on the lower lash line. Okay, so last thing I want to do with the mattes, at least for now, I want to use an E01 and go into the shade Pure. I'm probably going to mix it with the Essence here, but we're going to start with Pure because I do need to brighten some here. My eyes are dark enough underneath on their own. They don't need help. So for now, I'll just leave it like this. But if I feel like it needs a little more color, I'll add in some more. But now I'm going to go in with the Shine On from Cleona. And I'm going to just put it on the back of my hand. That way I can tap it over this, because I don't want to disturb any of this. Now the shimmer shade you could have probably used like without the matte base, but I did want to use it with a base, just to give it its like full, you know, opacity. But at the same time, I also like the fact that I was able to show you what this would look like all matte as well, which I'm a little rusty blending out an all matte eye look. I have not done one in forever, and those used to be some of my favorites until I started like getting into indie shadows, and now like there's no going back. But the shade that I want to use is the new shade, which is this shade Smolder, and it is beautiful. It's so sparkly and gorgeous, and I'm so excited. So I'm just gonna put this all over the lid, and oh, do you see that? I knew this was gonna be so good. Oh, I just love that with my whole entire heart. I did get a little fallout. So now I'm going to use another E01. That way I can take this all the way into the inner corner. Let me find my setting spray. I just love that so much. Oh, I just love that with my whole heart. But I do think I want to take it back off this front half and just do the mattes. So I'm going to go fix that real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just removed that and then put the colors kind of back there, but not fully. Like, I didn't really try to blend them or anything. So I'm going to just put, maybe I should try to blend them though. Let me do that real quick with the E01. So I just picked up some of that yellow shade, and I'm just going over them, trying to blend that out as best as I can. But this brush is like really small, not really meant for blending on the lid, but I'm also trying to not blend the shimmers into it too much. Okay, so I'm just going to use some glitter glue again and just tap it over that edge of that shade. And then I'll go back in with the black Smolder and just tap over that. And I'm still not sure exactly like what I want to do. I just know I didn't want that to be like fully opaque black right there. I wasn't feeling it. So let's use a brush and try to do some blending. And kind of like shear that out into nothing. So I just clean that brush off. I just didn't want like full opacity. So I'm going to pick up some of that yellow and take it over the edges of that. Yeah, that I like. There's something about like the way my eyes are shaped. I don't like it when the dark color comes all the way in on a full like smoky eye like this. Halo eyes, they don't really bother me, but it's just something about this shape. I don't know. Going back in with some of that black on an E04, I'm just gonna blend this whole situation. And this is the eye. I think that shimmer is truly just so freaking beautiful. I love that so much, and it's everything I was hoping it would be. But I'm gonna go finish this look off camera, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. I am back with the finished look, and I felt like it was so fitting to tie this off with a black lip. And of course I used my Unearthly lip liner and lipstick. So the lip liner is in the shade Villain, and the lipstick is in the shade Shadowed Veil. This was a part of the Gargoyle collection, I believe, but I love it with my whole heart. You see how it has like the little glitter reflex in it? Like the more it dries and you like press your lips together, the more those glitter reflex come out, and I just think it's so fitting with the shimmer on the lid. I love it. But for liner, I used the Glisten Cosmetics Spectra liner in the black, and for mascara I used the MAC Stack Waterproof, and on the lower lash line I did the Flutter from Lancome. And lashes again are the Melt and Bailey Sarian lashes. I have used them the last several times I've done my makeup, and I love them. But I love this look. I think it's my favorite out of these two for sure. I love that sparkly lid shade. I think it's so beautiful, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think of this one. My bangs need cut in the worst way, so we're gonna overlook them. Luckily, I do have a hair appointment in a week, and I promised the girl that cuts my hair that I would no longer cut my own bangs because I did jack them up the last time. So they're like super long. But now let's talk about the palette. I had a lot of fun with this. I think this palette is really beautiful. I love the leather packaging again. I love that they do that. And despite the fact that I dumped a whole can of Red Bull in this, I think it performed really, really well. I mean, I have not used all of the shades. I have used all of the matte shades, but I've only used maybe a handful of the shimmers, and there's quite a few I still need to use. But this is the Glaminatrix formula that I am familiar with. It's very pigmented, so easy to blend, just performs so beautifully. And I mean, these shimmers really just speak for themselves, and I had a blast. I'm really glad that I picked this up, and I think this will be such a fun palette to have around for fall, especially when I'm wanting to create some quicker types of looks and things like that. I think it will really be a fun one to pull out every now and then. But let me know what you guys think of these looks. Which ones are your favorite? Did you pick up this palette? Did you have the first edition of this palette? Because like I said before, I do think this is remastered, but I kind of dived into Glaminatrix more so this year, and I've been loving every minute of it. I'm still waiting on my Tones of Turd palette. I cannot wait to get it. I finally uploaded my video with the Bonfire palette. If you have not seen that, you should totally check it out. I had so much fun with that one. But let me know your thoughts. What do you guys think of the looks? What do you think of this launch? I cannot wait to hear from you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. And until next time, bye.